Namaskar and welcome to this special show where we are celebrating the achievements of Padma awardees. And as we say that India believes in the philosophy of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, which means the whole world is one. And this is reflected in the Padma Awards too, where people from different nationalities are also being awarded with Padma Awards for the work that they've done in their respective fields, connecting the bridges with India. Sheikha Shaikhaal-Sabah is from Kuwait, and she has been awarded with Padma Award for being a yoga advocate. She has been promoting yoga in the whole Gulf region. She started the first licensed yoga studio in Kuwait. She is the first Kuwaiti national to receive the Padma Shri award. Let's welcome Sheikha Shaikhaal-Sabah to the show. Welcome to the show, Sheikha.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure indeed. But Sheikha, when I was going through the details about you, just to know more about you, it was interesting to see that you have so many aspects which are connected with your personality. You are an entrepreneur, you are a yoga advocate, you are engaging in various humanitarian campaigns as well. But I would focus first on yoga. You received Padma Shri award. Congratulations for the award.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply humbled to be among such esteemed awardees. I feel so small when I'm in that hall with all these great people in their own field and in their own right. So thank you to the President, the Prime Minister, and the Government of India. I would also like to thank the Ambassador of India in Kuwait, Dr. Adarsh. Thank you for offering me this opportunity.
How does it feel when another country recognizes your efforts in a particular field? And here it is yoga for the world, we say. Now it is yoga for the world. We are all celebrating International Yoga Day every year.
To be recognized for yoga by India, the birthplace of yoga, that is such a great honor. Mm-hmm. Really, I was so surprised. I did not expect it at all.
So what was your first reaction when you got to know of it?
What? That was my first reaction. That was my first reaction. I was like, really? And because I'm from Kuwait, I didn't really know about the Padma Award, so I had to do some research. Uh-huh. And I was humbled, as I said before, and I was also surprised, but I could not turn down that offer.
Of course.
Yeah, it's so special, especially after 10 years of advocating yoga in Kuwait. I've been practicing yoga for longer, but when I started traveling to India in 2013, doing yoga in the foothills of the Himalayas with my teachers, who I give thanks to, of course. I wouldn't be a good yogi if I didn't give thanks to my teachers, right?
Of course.
I started seeing yoga in a different light. And I felt like it was like a tall drink of water, like a tall glass of cool water after being so thirsty.
Wow.
So that's how I felt in my body when I did it in India, when I practiced yoga in India. So
no, but how did you connect with yoga? I mean, did you get to know of yoga in Kuwait and then you came to India? But
so yoga has always been around in Kuwait. It's mm-hmm. always been done. I mean, the reach of yoga around the world is very old. It's not something new, right? Mm. In Kuwait, I recall my late grandfather used to practice yoga in the 60s. That's how I heard about it. My father has some of his, some quotes about yoga and karma in his office. So as a child, I would read those quotes, mm-hmm. and it was always in the periphery.
Okay.
So when I started doing yoga, there are many teachers. They would do it in small places, in hotels. It wasn't legitimized or like licensed. You know how it is. Yoga in its nature is simple.
I think it was an informal way of practicing yoga.
And it's also, you know, you have a room, you have an instructor, and you gather and you practice. You practice in the park, you practice by the beach, you practice wherever you have an opportunity, because it's a very internal practice. It's for us It's not for the outside world. It's
Right.
something internal. So when I got introduced after giving birth to my son, I felt the benefits, especially being a new mother, and my body needed to regain its strength. My mind, my emotions were tumultuous. So I felt that doing yoga calmed my nervous system.
Oh.
So that's how I started doing it. We didn't have a large variety in Kuwait. So when I came to India, I did a different kind of yoga.
But did you specifically come for yoga to India?
I started with Ayurveda.
Uh-huh.
I started with Ayurveda. Everything was serendipitous, because one thing pulls another thing, and it's like a series of events that lead you to your calling or lead you to your path. So here I am.
So how do you define your work that you're doing?
First of all, I don't define it as work.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's joy. If it does not bring my joy, let me repeat that. If it does not bring me joy and it doesn't lighten up my heart, then it will just add to the heaviness of the world.
But you think that you guys, you're enjoying it, you're practicing it professionally.
I practice. I have my own
You're getting
practice.
the health benefits as well, you're getting peace of mind as well, and you're getting money as well.
For me, it's giving back to the community more than it is a business. That was my intention, to be a light into the community and to give back and to grow the yoga community in Kuwait. And alhamdulillah, it was successful in that aspect.
Yes, and the very first licensed yoga studio that you started in Kuwait, were there any difficulties when you went for getting the license for the yoga? Because I'm sure that must be the first ever effort by anyone to get a license for yoga studio.
Because you can practice without a license, but I felt the need to do it. I felt like if I...
Why?
First of all, to legitimize yoga. Second of all, I went to yoga studios everywhere in Europe, in America. Why don't we have yoga studios in Kuwait? It doesn't make sense to me. It's good to have a specialized center, not to be part of a health club. The energy it carries is different, the vibe, the community, in all aspects. It's important.
And now your Commerce Ministry, it has also regularized the license for yoga education.
Yes.
So has it brought about any change in the scenario of yoga practice in Kuwait?
It's easier to open up a yoga studio. So that's a good thing.
And has it become more accessible to everyone now?
It has become more accessible, people have been accepting of it. We have more yoga teachers that have graduated locally. It's nice, it's flourishing.
And how is the youth of Kuwait accepting yoga? Are they receptive towards yoga now? Or, the youth in different countries have different perceptions. So in Kuwait, how do they perceive yoga?
The youth everywhere in the world is more open, and this is the same in Kuwait. They're more open to new things, new experiences, and they understand that yoga is an exercise that's good for the body and calms the mind. They understand the mental benefits, especially this new generation.
But what's your vision of yoga? Because you are trying to, have a confluence of modern approaches as well as the traditional practices.
We are more modern and more on the physical and therapeutic benefits of yoga. So this is our approach, and we would like to make it more accessible for older people, senior citizens, younger children. I feel like it's a good tool for them to have. Like life requires tools, and this is a good tool in that toolbox for life. Yeah.
You spoke about children.
Yes.
And like in India also, we have yoga in the schools and children are practicing it. So is it now an accepted practice in Kuwait as well? I mean, what is your perception of or your thoughts on yoga for children?
I think it's a great way for them to start. It's a fun way for them to start. We started a program, me and my partner, called Shams Youth Yoga. It's now on pause, but it was a lovely couple of years that we did it, interacting with the children, learning from them, understanding that yoga is actually a natural thing that they take to very easily. And it's something that they relate, it links their brain, their pathways in ways that will assist their learning and so on.
But do you think that this needs to be worked on as well? Because usually, when we grow up, we realize, oh, let's do yoga. But for children, yoga for children, this is something which people do not really actually pay attention to. Even in India, I would say that many people are conscious, but many are not.
Yeah, I think because children are naturally free and naturally joyful and naturally yogis. So we forget that when we grow up and we want to go back, and yoga is one of those pathways that we take to go back to being innocent children.
Yeah, that's right. All right, when Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, when he went to Kuwait in December 24, he met you.
Yes.
How was the experience? Because what we got to know that he really appreciated your yoga advocacy as well as how you're trying to promote it amongst the youth.
Again, it was an unexpected interview. I have no official capacity in Kuwait or any kind of position. So why would he meet me? And to meet over yoga, that was fun, honestly. It was fun. And
was there any mantra he gave you?
He didn't give me a mantra, but we talked about yoga for children, actually. We talked about yoga for children, yoga for women, because we both agree that when a woman is armed with yoga, then she gives it to the whole household, the husband, the children, so we talked about how we can develop yoga programs to help women, children, and older people.
Okay. Now, when you talk of yoga, thought of India automatically comes to the mind.
Yes.
It is felt that if you're promoting yoga in Kuwait, you are kind of acting as a cultural bridge between the two countries. How do you see your role in this increasing or enhancing the cultural understanding about India through yoga?
There is a big crossover of culture between Kuwait and India. This is a very historical relationship.
So how are you trying to build?
I'm just a drop in the ocean.
Every drop counts.
Every drop counts, that's true. Yeah. We talk about the trade routes between Kuwait and India. My great-great-uncle used to go there often. He loved Mumbai. So this is just a continuation of that relationship. Because it's not unusual. It's always been there. My late grandmother also, may she rest in peace, she loved India. She wanted to come at every opportunity. Yeah, so it's something that's not alien to us. It's very easy and it's very close for us to come and to have this cross exchange of culture, yoga being one of them. It's very easy, it's simple, it's not complicated.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi always emphasizes people-to-people contact whenever he goes abroad to the various countries. And this people-to-people contact, actually, it works both ways. We talk of Indians going to the other countries, we talk of other country people also coming to India.
Yeah.
You've also been working in this direction, right? Like there are women, you arrange travel for them to come to India. Is there a kind of, enthusiasm amongst people to know about India in Kuwait?
So how it started was I started traveling, doing solo trips to visit my teachers here in India and to visit the mountains. It's a very different landscape. And for me, it was like a deep reset. And my friends started asking me, how do you go? How can you? And I was like, this is something that comes natural. And then I said, you know what? Let's all go. So I started organizing them for my friends. And what an experience. I saw India through their eyes. And I love introducing people to India who've never been, because then I see how they fall in love with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an ongoing process. It goes on because, once we keep listening to the stories that if you ever visit India once, you want to go there again because there's so much variety to, experience in India, be it culture, be it food, be it the areas. Culture is so diverse.
It's
so
a
varied.
subcontinent, right? Subcontinent.
Yes.
It's a continent. It's, mashallah, it's like there's so much to see. I don't think I've seen even like 1%, 5%. But life is long and beautiful, and there's always plenty of opportunity.
That's right. Okay, let's come back to yoga. When you were trying to learn more about yoga and you used to come to India to learn about it, you spoke about your gurus, the teachers, the yoga teachers from whom you learned yoga. So which parts of India did you travel to? What was the kind of training that you took from them? Practicing, theoretical, practical, all those aspects.
In the beginning, because I enjoyed doing yoga and I wanted to do it in a group, I started organizing yoga classes in my home for my sisters and friends, only people I knew, no one, no strangers. And they started coming twice a week, and it started ongoing, and I would designate a place. So opening a yoga studio was not far from that. When I started traveling, coming to Kerala for Ayurveda, I was told about, yoga and Himalayas, and it was in the back of my mind. I was like, that's somewhere I would like to go. And I just started following my heart. It's very, very easy. You just listen to your heart, you sit in meditation or with yourself and no outside external noises, and you see what's going on and you follow it. So I went to the Himalayas. Upper Dharamkot is the place I went to. My yoga teachers, who I give thanks to, and they came to Kuwait, and we started doing yoga teacher training in Kuwait. The thing is, I wasn't planning on opening a yoga studio, but after getting certified, I felt like teaching. And then when I felt like teaching, I thought, I don't want to teach in just a space. I want to teach in a place that's properly licensed as a yoga studio. And that's how the journey began. And then when I came to choose the name, I said, I don't want to call it yoga. I wanted something that bridged my culture with Indian culture. So my spiritual traditional language is Arabic, and the spiritual traditional language of yoga is Sanskrit. So I said Dar, Atma, Dar being home, and Atma, Atman, the soul. Because truly it was the home of the soul for me. It was where I would go, be myself, practice, enjoy the company of friends and teachers, host people from around the world. We hosted people from England, from France, from America, from Egypt, from the Emirates, from Bahrain.
Wow.
From Saudi Arabia. So it's an ongoing journey.
Okay. So I'll come to these countries that you referred to, but before that, I would refer to the name that you've taken. That is Dar Atma.
Yes.
It's a beautiful name. I'm sure many people must have asked you, what does it mean?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Lots of people asked, and because Atma can be even pronounced in Arabic in a different way, which has negative connotation, not negative connotations, but it could mean darkness. So it depends on how they say it, you know. But I was very insistent on educating people about the name, because it held a special place in my heart, and because I felt it combined both cultures beautifully, and because it was new. It's not a word that's in Sanskrit, and it's not a word that's in Arabic. It's not a word that's in any language. So it's free floating. It has its own energy, you know. You can make it and create it into anything you want. And this is how I wanted it. This is how the journey of yoga was for me in Kuwait. New, exciting, that's full of possibilities.
And these possibilities actually went beyond the borders, as you named various countries. You know, it's really good to know that you tried to expand yoga to the Gulf countries. So you're saying that there are people who are coming from different countries and they were talking to you, they were coming to your studio. So how was it? How receptive were people in other countries, in the Gulf countries especially, about yoga?
So in the Gulf, they all have their own yoga communities and licensed yoga studios. But because there's this saying, if you build it, they will come. So when we created the space, people started coming because they wanted to go beyond their borders. And we wanted to create communities within GGCC, bridging cultures and coming within the Arab world as well, So that's how it organically happened. It wasn't planned. It was just one thing after the other, and social media plays a huge part.
Yes, that's right.
In this network, yeah.
Okay, but Sheikha, how has yoga changed you as a person? I'm sure people who are practicing it regularly, after some time you realize that it's become a part of you. How has yoga changed you as a person?
I don't know if it's changed me. I feel like it's calmed me. I feel like it's something that's inside that's come out. It's helped me bloom, let's say.
That's a beautiful expression.
It's helped me bloom because I feel when we're in our youth and we have a lot of energy and it can be chaotic, and having a family and having work or having, all of these things, it can be a bit too much, and that can aggravate the nervous system. So when I started doing yoga on a regular basis, I felt that it grounded me. Okay. And it helped me be a better person, and to be a calmer person, and to be able to give back instead of feeling that I'm always, frazzled.
Okay.
So it's in that sense, I feel it's helped me. As a person, this is the thing. When I got the award, this is something you didn't ask, but I will say. When I got the award, I thought, I didn't achieve anything. It's not an achievement. For me, it was just being myself. For me, it was of being of service to the community, being of service to my teachers, being of service to my family, being of service to my country. I was just being myself. So when they gave me the award, I felt a deep sense of gratitude that someone saw me and my heart and my service. I didn't feel it was an achievement. It's just, as I was saying, blooming, and it came to fruition. And it's only a path. It's only a step in my path, because we don't know what the future will hold. We don't know how we will change. We don't know how things will unfold.
But I think that's your selfless service that you were doing. That is what mattered the most. But on a lighter note, I would like to ask you now that when you come to India, you go back to Kuwait. There's so many memories you may have of India. There's so many things that people may be asking you about Kuwait as well. What is it that you think actually connects the countries of both people of both the countries? Like, for example, food or the other aspects of culture, because we have so many Indians in Kuwait, The cultural blend is normal. But what is it that, you love the most when you come to India?
The people. The food, the greenery, so many things. I cannot put one. It's just a feeling. It's a vibe you get when you arrive. It's comfortable. To feel comfortable is a blessing. Somewhere you feel safe, you feel held, you feel seen. So I love coming. When I'm going back, I'll be thinking, when can I plan the next trip and bring my other daughter who wanted to be here, but she couldn't. So, yeah. And I feel the different, like the people from both countries, what is the similar or what's common between them? Family. We have very strong sense of family in both cultures, And of course, there's a lot of influences in the food in Kuwait that comes from India.
Yes.
But the landscape is different. Well, it depends. If you go to the desert of Rajasthan, maybe a little bit.
Yes.
It's desert also, but not the same still. But yeah, the heat is similar.
Yes, but it's such a pleasure talking to you. I believe yoga is your legacy that you would like to share with others that you've already been doing. And congratulations to you once again for the Padma Shri Award, Sheikha. And we do hope that you keep coming to India, as always, and you keep bringing more and more people from Kuwait so that we have this blending of cultures of both the countries, as we say, people-to-people contact to be strengthened. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.